Right now, your phone is probably within arm's reach. Maybe it's in your hand. You check it without thinking. You reach for it the second you feel bored or anxious or alone. But the real answer to why is stranger than you think. Because your brain wasn't built for this. It was built for something else entirely. Rewind 300,000 years. No screens, no signal, no answers waiting in your pocket. Just you. And a version of your own mind that had to survive without any of it. So here's the real question. If you woke up there tomorrow, would the brain in your skull right now actually know what to do? Let's find out what you'd be working with. Your brain today is biologically almost identical to the brain of an early Homo sapiens walking across the African savanna. Same wiring, same core hardware. The difference isn't the brain, it's what the brain has been trained on. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar spent years studying primate brain size against social group size, and he found something that still shapes your life today. Your brain can only maintain meaningful relationships with about 150 people. Not 150 followers, not 150 contacts. 150 people you could trust to help you if you were in trouble. Every early human lived inside that number. Every relationship mattered because every relationship was survival. Now think about your phone. Hundreds of contacts, thousands of followers maybe. Notifications from strangers you'll never meet. Your ancient social brain wasn't built to process that volume. It just does its best, treating every notification like a tiny signal from the tribe. That's why a message left on read can feel like a threat. Your brain doesn't know the difference between social rejection then and silence now. So, if you were dropped into that world 300,000 years ago, the loneliness you sometimes feel scrolling alone at 2 a.m., that wouldn't exist. You'd be surrounded constantly by the same small group of familiar faces. Isolation wasn't an option, it was often a death sentence. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Could you actually keep yourself alive out there? Primatologist Richard Wrangham argues that cooking, not tool use, is what truly separated early humans from other primates. Cooked food gave us more calories for less digestive effort, which freed up energy to grow bigger brains. But cooking requires fire, and fire without a lighter or a match is brutally hard to create. Most people today, given dry wood and a fire starting kit, fail on their first attempt. Some never manage it at all. Would you know which plants were food and which were poison? Would you know how to read a change in wind or animal tracks or where water was hiding underground? Early humans carried this knowledge because it was passed down, generation to generation, through direct teaching and constant repetition. You right now likely don't carry it, not because you're less capable, because you've never needed to, and that's the trade you've been making without noticing. There's a well-known study by psychologist Betsy Sparrow, often called the Google effect. Her research found that when people know information is easily searchable, they remember the information less and instead remember where to find it. Your brain isn't storing survival knowledge anymore. It's storing search habits. You've outsourced memory itself to a device in your pocket, and your brain, efficient as always, quietly let go of what it no longer needed to hold. So no, dropped into that ancient world, most of us wouldn't last long. Not because our brains are broken, because they were optimized for a different set of problems, and we handed those problems to our tools instead. Here's the strange part, though. Your ancestors weren't smarter than you. They just used their full attention on fewer, more essential things. No infinite scroll pulling their focus every few seconds. No 1,000 small decisions before breakfast. Just what's edible, who to trust, and how to get through the night. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer Hrdy studied how early humans raised children and found something important. It rarely happened alone. Mothers relied on a wide circle of caregivers, aunts, grandmothers, even unrelated group members, all sharing the effort. Early humans weren't self-sufficient individuals surviving through personal willpower. They survived through interdependence, through people they could actually reach, touch, and rely on, not people they followed from a distance. That's the part worth sitting with. Your phone promises connection, but it often delivers the appearance of it. Hundreds of contacts and still that quiet, specific loneliness. Your ancient brain isn't asking for less technology. It's asking for what it always asked for, a small circle of people who would actually show up. So try this today. Not deleting your phone, not throwing it in a drawer, just noticing the difference between the two kinds of connection. The scroll that fills 5 minutes and leaves you emptier, and the one message, the one call, the one face-to-face conversation that your 300,000-year-old brain was actually built to crave. Because your phone is still in your hand right now. But the real question was never whether you could survive without it. It's whether you remember what it felt like to actually need someone.